Consequences of the fall deep in Genesis chapter 4 shows that sin doesn't stop with Adam and Eve. It grows, intensifies, and infects family, society, and worship. This chapter contrasts two brothers, one who honors God and one who lets jealousy lead to murder, right? So let's start with the first part of the chapter, which it covers Cain and Abel are born. Eve gives birth to Cain, then to Abel. Abel becomes a shepherd. Cain works the soil. Two sons, two vocations, both valid, both part of God's creation mandate. The second part of this chapter covers the offerings and God's favor. Cain brings an offering from the fruit of the ground. Abel brings the firstborn of his flock and their fat portions. God favors Abel's offering, but not Cain's, right? Abel gives his best, Cain gives some. The heart behind the offering matters, right? The third part of this chapter covers God warns Cain. Cain's furious and downcast. God says, "If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it," right? God confronts Cain's attitude. Okay, let me say with the voice again. If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Okay, God confronts Cain's attitude and gives him a choice: resist sin or be consumed by it. The fourth part of the chapter covers Cain murders Abel. Cain invites Abel to the field and kills him. The first human death is not natural. It's fratricide. Fratricide, yeah. Sin escalates fast, right? So the fifth part of the chapter covers God confronts Cain. God asks, "Where is your brother?" Cain replies, "I am my brother keeper." God responds, "Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." He curses Cain. The ground won't yield crops, and Cain will be a restless wanderer. Cain's response lacks remorse, only deflection, justice pronounced, but so is grace. The sixth part of the chapter, God protects Cain. God fears vantage. Cain fears vantage. God puts a mark on Cain to protect him. Anyone who kills him will suffer vantage sevenfold. Cain lives and settles in the land of Nod, meaning wandering. Even after murder, God shows mercy, limiting the cycle of bloodshed, right? The seventh part of the chapter covers Cain's lines and Lamech's pride. Cain's descendants built cities and pioneered technology. His descendant, Lamech, boasts of killing a man for a wound and claims even greater advantage. Civilization advances, but so does violence and arrogance, right? The eighth part of the chapter covers Seth is born. Adam and Eve have another son, Seth, to replace Abel. Seth has a son, Enosh, and during this time, people began to call on the name of the Lord. Even even as evil grows, hope rises. A godly line emerges that seeks the Lord, right? What are the key lessons from this chapter? What we can learn from Genesis chapter 4? The first lesson is God sees the heart behind our offerings. Abel gave sacrifice. Abel gave sacrificially. Cain held back and resented the result. Second, sin is a predator. God warns Cain. Sin is active, crouching, ready to dominate, but we're called to master it. Third lesson, sin escalates quickly. From disobedience in Eden to murder in the field, humanity is spiraling. Fourth lesson, God still shows grace to the guilty. Cain is judged but also protected. God's mercy endures even in discipline. Fifth lesson, God preserves a faithful remnant. Seth's line reminds us God's plans continue through those who seek Him. Genesis chapter 4 is raw and tragic. Brother killed brother, and human hearts grow darker. But God does not abandon humanity. He warns, disciplines, and protects. The rise of Seth and the beginning of public worship point to a spark of hope amid the spread of sin, right? Shall we go to Genesis 5 next? You tell me. Watch the next video. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this one.